In the description under each video there is a link to the LGBT dating Telegram channel. Subscribe and find your other half in life.
Camila's POV. After that lunch, we returned to the office and spent the entire afternoon around numerous papers and spreadsheets. The closeness with her made me think of things that I shouldn't be thinking of. It could be delusional on my part, but sometimes I felt her eyes on me in an intense way, like Lauren looked at Carla. Or maybe it was just my subconscious that wanted her to look at me like that too. We could give them last year's plans too, I said, putting some papers on her desk. It was already past 8 p.m. That would be a great idea. Are they all here? She asked, grabbing the papers. I heard a few weak knocks on the door, and then saw Austin. I widened my eyes at him, who didn't look very pleased. Camila, can I talk to you? Lauren stared at him for a few seconds, and then at me. Austin. Go talk to him, Ms. Cabello, she said coldly. I closed my eyes and walked out of her office. What happened to our dinner? He asked somewhat angrily. I'm sorry, but I don't think I can go. He shook his head, putting his hands on his waist in an angry expression. You're making me look like an idiot. You bailed on me for the second time in the same day. What do you want me to do? I don't have a choice. Do you think I like working late? You know you have the choice to leave, right? That woman barely started working here and she's already exploiting you? Ash, lower your voice. Do you want her to hear us? I need my job, I said angrily. Is there a problem? I heard Lauren's voice behind me. No, Mom. Ms. Jauregui, don't you find these work hours inopportune? Austin asked, challenging her. I could see Lauren's veins pop out and her jaw harden. She took a deep breath and then spoke. Mr. Mahone, I must inform you that I'm the president of this company, and because of that I don't have to explain myself to you about my employees' work hours. If you think it's so late, why are you still here? She completely slayed him. I didn't doubt that if Austin could kill her with his gaze, he surely would have done it. Lauren's words were precise and arrogant. You're absolutely right, ma'am. I'm sorry for asking. No problem, Ms. Cabello. As soon as you finish your conversation, I need to show you some documents. I just nodded at the woman who returned to her office, leaving me in silence beside the boy. These next few days are going to be impossible. I have to finish the general balance sheet with her until Monday, Austin. I'm sorry. The boy stared at me for a few seconds, and then said, Right, stay with your work then, good night. And then he left. If his intention was to make me feel bad, congrats, he did it. His disappointed face due to my answer was very noticeable. I took a deep breath and returned to her office, seeing the most attractive woman I had ever seen. I completely forgot all about Austin when I saw her. She was sitting down, with her white blouse partially unbuttoned on her breasts. She had reading glasses on her face, her hair was tied up in a bun atop of her head, and she had a serious and attentive expression. As she stared at the stack of papers on her desk, I allowed myself to think that spending so many hours alone with her was an attack on my sanity. Somewhat insubordinate, your friend. Her voice sounded cold. I'm sorry, I swear I didn't want this. Lauren stared at me. I know you didn't, Cabello, relax. Now come here. Closeness with her, it was what I least wanted. Richard sucked at making reports, but I found these here. Do you know who made them? They are great, she asked, handing me the folder. These are mine, ma'am, I said, smiling shyly. Lauren looked at me with those emerald's eyes through her delicate glasses, putting the tip of the pencil between her lips. Fuck, she looks so sexy like that. You're really good at what you do, Ms. Cabello. I don't understand why you didn't seek something more. Let's just say that I didn't have many opportunities. And I like my work. I also like your work. I thought it would be hard to find a good secretary. I never had much luck with that, she said, smiling. Why? I asked curiously. You don't want to know, she said, laughing. Now I'm curious. Lauren smiled. I think you've realized that I'm not the loving type of person, and my secretaries couldn't stand my strong-willed persona. I'll be different, ma'am. If you can be, I'll give you a prize. I'll hold you to that, I smiled shyly. We worked for a few more hours. I was already too tired, and Lauren seemed to be too. As soon as we finished, she asked Alfred to take me home, and so he did. When I got home, I received an evaluative stare from Dinah and Allie, who relaxed when I told them that nothing had happened. On the next day it was the same thing. We spent the whole day stuck in that office, only leaving to eat. Austin didn't even talk to me when we passed by each other in the corridors, probably still upset due to me bailing on him on the day before. Allie ended up spending a few hours with me and Lauren to help us with the financial report. And just like that, the hours passed by. I can ask Dinah to bring the customers' balance sheets if you want, ma'am, Allie said in front of her. That would be great, Ms. Hernandez, I really need them, Lauren said, getting up from her chair. Actually, I need all the necessary material here. You won't be here on the weekends, so it's better to leave everything ready. We won't? I asked, looking at her. Only you, Miss Cabello, she said, staring right at me. You're the only one I need. Allie gave me a discreet, mischievous look, making me shake my head. She would for sure tell Dinah, and they would both annoy me all night. We worked for a few more hours. It was night already, and I was sure that in that building, besides the security guards and the cleaning team, there was only me and Lauren. The woman was leaning over her computer, searching for all the necessary files, and I was feeling exhausted. But I still had to find strength for today. Carla would be dancing, and today Lauren would watch. I wondered if she even remembered it. Poor thing, with so much work she must have forgotten about it, I thought. I wanted to remind her somehow. I needed to get out of there. I couldn't fail Candetza. But as if God had heard my prayers, someone knocked on the door. Lauren looked away from her computer to look at the person who entered her office. Let's go party, Jauregui, the woman who walked into her office shouted excitedly. Lauren looked at me, and I quickly tried to look busy. Iglesias, I'm working. Jesus, you will turn into a machine, Veronica said, dropping her purse on one of the chairs, and then she noticed my presence. Oh, hi, Camila. Hello, Ms. Iglesias, I said, smiling. Lauren, are you enslaving her here? Vero asked jokingly. Veronica, don't exaggerate, Lauren said, staring at her. From the way you're talking, one of these days I'll be charged with slavery. But it's true, leaving the poor girl working until 10:30 p.m. is slavery to me. What, 10:30 p.m.? Her green eyes widened. Bingo, she remembered. God, I wasn't even aware of the time. We have to go. Why the rush? Now that I'm here, I want to talk to Camila, she said, approaching me, leaving me somewhat red. I closed my eyes and smiled surreptitiously. Lauren's desperation over missing Carla's performance was wonderful. Little did she know that the dancer was right in front of her eyes. Miss Cabello, we'll finish this tomorrow. I have a very important commitment now, she said, grabbing her purse. Of course, Ms. Jauregui, but aren't we going to review this before leaving? Damn it, she must have danced already. I could hear her murmur in agony. No review. Vero, come on, let's go. She grabbed Iglesias' arm, pulling her. You're always so bossy. Do you want to come with us, Camila? Vero asked. Lauren stopped and stared at us. Can you imagine? Lauren, Veronica, me and Carla in the same place? I know, crazy and impossible. No, thank you. I'd rather go home. I lied. Are you sure? I'm a great company. Vero flirted with me. I don't doubt it, but I really am very tired. Okay then, it was nice to see you, Camila. I hope to see you again more times. Was she really hitting on me? Lauren watched us, surreptitiously, but I knew that she was paying attention to every detail of the conversation. I'll see you tomorrow, Lauren said, and then she left. I ran to my desk, packing my things. I had exactly half an hour to get to Imperium, and I really hoped to not find Lauren in that place as Camila. The traffic was tranquil, and it didn't take too long for me to arrive at the club. God, it was crowded. Walked behind the building, entering through the back door, to then head to my dressing room. Where were you? I heard Dinah's voice. I was at the office. Luckily I was able to leave, I said, leaving my things on the small dresser. The boss doesn't want to let you go, huh? You're leaving late every day. Her voice tone was mischievous. It's just during this week, that report is consuming us. Poor thing, even Allie is helping, I said as I took off my clothes. I know, she told me. And she also told me that you're going to spend the weekend with Lauren. You speak as if I'm going to a cottage with her. We're going to be stuck inside the office. Whatever. You're spending too much time together, it's dangerous. But if that's what you want, I can only wish you good luck, because she's outside, first row. I smiled at Dinah, not being able to contain my happiness at the knowledge. Lauren was really delighted with me, or rather, with Carla. You better open your eyes if you don't want to lose the boss. Kellen is after her. I looked at Dinah with a serious expression. Why do you say that? Go out there and see for yourself, you'll know what I mean. I opened the door of my dressing room and headed to the back of the stage. Through the thick curtain slits, I searched for Lauren's table. There she was, watching a private show that Kellen was doing. Bitch! I took a deep breath, watching them. I felt a sudden hatred for that girl. Kellen was one of the oldest dancers in the club. I remembered that as soon as I started working there, she looked at me with the utmost disapproval. She had never accepted the fact that I was able to accomplish more things than her in less time. Kellen always wanted a solo performance, but Candace honored me with that task, which only worsened her war with me. For her, and for some others, I was the favorite, but I really didn't care about that. Camila could be sweet and sensitive, but Carla wasn't. That bitch wouldn't take Lauren from me. Oh. If you like that I am voicing the continuation of the series Stripper and want me to continue, please like and comment on the video. This will be an incentive to continue working on the translation and voicing.